So today, folks, we are making an absolutely fantastic dish. I love this. It's good any time of the year, but it is especially good on those hot summer days. In Canada right now, it's like -9, so it's pretty warm out there. So we have for you shrimp scampi served on a capellini pasta. You know what? Honestly, that's about all I need to say about that. Let's just get right into this. So for the dish that we're going to make today, these are the ingredients that we are going to need. So obviously we have our shrimp and they are peeled and deveined. I'm just going to pull the tails off of them. I guess I didn't do that when I was shelling it with the rest of it. We need butter. We have shallots. We have lemon juice and some lemon zest, about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice and the zest of 2 lemons. We have some chives, some parsley, a little bit of chili flake and garlic, and we have white wine and olive oil, and that's all we really need except for the pasta. We are doing this on pasta this time. If you don't want to do it on pasta, you don't eat carbs. I have a buddy who doesn't eat carbs or really anything else ever. You don't need to use the pasta. You could just do these shrimp in a big giant pool of white wine garlic butter sauce and just eat it like that. It would be just as amazing. But since I have a hungry teenager at home, I'm definitely going to include some pasta in this so it actually fills him up without me having to spend like $150 on shrimp. So the first thing we need to do is we do need to cook our shrimp. So I'm just going to pull these tails off. You can keep your shells and then you can make it a good stock with that. And if you have the time and you want to, you could even boil the shells from the shrimp with the wine beforehand, just enough to get some of that flavor in there. This is a meal on the go today, so it's during the week. We don't have a whole ton of time. So we're just going to do this up really quickly. So to get these if I wish I could have shown, I should have shown you the rest, but if you just squeeze the shell and pull it off, it comes right off of the tip like that. You can even buy your shrimp already pre-shelled and deveined, which are nice. Today I am using a black tiger prawn. It is a big shrimp. So the way shrimp are sized when you're buying them is by how many shrimp are in a pound. So the lower the number on the bag, the bigger they're going to be. So if there's 12 to 18 shrimp in a pound, they're going to be really big. If there's 30, they're going to be really small. So these ones, I believe, are 15 to 18, I think, shrimp per pound, something like that. So our shrimp are ready to go. I've seen this done a bunch of different ways. Some people will get their onions and their garlic and then put the shrimp in with a bunch of olive oil and butter and just have it cook like that. But I don't feel like you get that sear on the outside of the shrimp with the really good color. And I personally really like it when you have that on the shrimp. So I'm going to sear my shrimp off in really high heat first. I'm going to pull them out of the pan, and then I'm going to get the rest of the stuff going in the pan, and I'll add them back in later. So just for the shrimp, I'm going to need some oil with a high smoke point. So I'm just using a vegetable oil for that. And we're just going to season our shrimp with a little bit of salt. I'm going to put the pepper in later in the dish. Since I'm going to sear these on a really high heat, I'm not going to put the pepper on right now. And then we're just going to lay the shrimp in. Now this is going to be very, very fast, and I'm not going to cook them all the way through. I'm going to add them back into the pasta a little later so they will finish cooking at that point. Of course, I turned the heat way down. Stupid me. I am dumb. Yeah, thanks for zooming in on that one. So it really only needs a couple minutes on each side, and then they're going to be done. Okay, we're just going to take these out now. Like I said, they're not quite all the way cooked through yet, but they do have a nice little bit of color on them. So there's our shrimp. Our shrimp are cooked. I probably could have done this ahead of time, but I just wanted to show you guys. If you don't want to chop your garlic, you can always get a microplane or a cheese grater, whatever you want to call it. And you can basically run your garlic through it like this, and it'll turn it into a paste. Now this is really good for, say, dishes like the one we're cooking today, where you might not want big chunks of garlic in there and you just want it to melt into the sauce, into that lovely butter wine sauce. Now our shallots, I'm just going to slice them. I'm not going to dice them or anything. I'm just going to try and slice them really thin. Just like that. So there's our shallots, just with a nice quick fine slice. Today I'm going to use capellini. It's a very, very thin pasta noodle. It only takes 3 minutes to cook. So I think I'm going to start my onions before I put the pasta in. We're just going to get our pan there with we cooked our shrimp in, because we still got all that lovely flavor in there. We're just going to add some olive oil, just maybe a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and a little bit of butter. We'll get our shallots in there. Just to cover my bases, we are using shallots or shallots. We're going to be cooking pasta or pasta. We have our garlic or garlic. Not quite yet, sorry. I just want to cook the onions out a little bit before I get the garlic in there. These are shallots, so they are going to cook quick, especially since they're so consistently sliced. Get our garlic in there. Now I'm going to add my pasta. Sorry, all you Italians, I'm sorry. This box is about 410 grams. I'm probably using about 350 grams of pasta. That should be enough for the two of us, just the two of us. Also, I think this recipe just calls for about 2 shallots. I do have about 3. Some of them were pretty big ones in there, but I just, really like food, so I'm going to add more of it to my dish. Okay, so we just got to make sure we're stirring our pasta so it doesn't stick together. I think our garlic and onion has finished cooking to the point where I like it. So I'm just going to throw in like 3/4 of a cup of wine, put our 1/4 cup of lemon juice in there. We'll throw our chili flake in there because I forgot to do it when I put in the onions. Now, obviously, you can use more or less chili flake depending on how spicy you like your food. We're not that big of a spice fans. I mean, they're okay in some things, so just a little pinch for us. You don't have to use chili flakes at all if you don't want, although this dish does generally have chili flake in it. A lot of foods you'll notice have spice, sweet, sour, or some type of acid, an umami. In this, we're gonna have a lot of acid from the lemon, and we're gonna have a lot of fat. To cut that with the butter, with the lemon, will work really well together. Just really pair together well with the shrimp. Another thing that's important is pepper. So we'll get some pepper in there, and then we'll probably finish the pasta off with a little bit of pepper as well. So I think our pasta's been cooking for about 3 minutes. Don't throw it at the wall. That doesn't work. If the pasta's sticking to the wall, you've overcooked it. And this is perfect right now. It's still a little bit al dente. I just want to keep some of that pasta water, so I have a little bowl underneath my strainer. Now, I have seen people put a little olive oil in the pasta, like Gordon Ramsay I saw do it once. Shh. Personally, I don't really think it's necessary. It's just going to stop all those flavors and the sauce from clinging to the pasta, and you don't want that. So we're just going to cook this down a little bit more, just to make sure we have all that alcohol cooked out of the wine. Then we're going to add our shrimp back in here. We'll add most of our lemon in here now, and then I'll save a little bit just to finish it off at the end. So we're starting to reduce this by, I think, enough. We've got it's starting to thicken already. So I'm just going to throw our shrimp back in here, and they can finish cooking. The shrimp I did get it was a little over a pound, so I think I have maybe a pound and maybe another, 4 ounces or so of shrimp. So it's a little bit more than a pound. It's fine. That's why I added a little bit more onion and garlic. Our shrimp are definitely cooked the rest of the way. So we're gonna get some pasta in there. We'll just get our pasta water close by, and that's hot, so be careful. I'm making this for about 2 people. I think we need a little bit more pasta than that. Then we just need to finish this off with some butter. So maybe another, I like a lot of butter, so I'm putting probably another 2 tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons butter. And we'll just take that off the heat. And we're just wanting to stir that butter in. It's gonna thicken up that sauce. And we'll just check it once it's mixed all in there. Should be a nice, thick, creamy sauce. This is where you're gonna wanna taste your dish and adjust any seasoning. I can already tell that I'm gonna need more pepper in here. I can't even see it really. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that creamy sauce. Buttery, lemon, really good balance. The pepper's good. A little bit of heat from that chili flake. Maybe just a touch more salt, and I think we're ready to plate. Just grab your tongs, twist up some of your pasta. Get that in your dish. Then we'll put some shrimp in there, a little bit of lemon zest, some chive, a little bit of parsley. And there you have it. An absolutely beautiful shrimp scampi in that lovely white wine butter sauce that we all love, served on capellini pasta. Pasta, 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 pasta. Bon appetit. Dinner is served. Shrimp is what's for dinner. Eat my pasta.
So I'm gonna try the shrimp scampi that my father just made, because I am the hungry teenager that lives in his house and consumes the food he makes. It's good. It's just cooked right. It's not overdone, it's not underdone, which is always good. I always like the texture of shrimp. I just think shrimp has a really nice texture with like I don't know, it has like a nice like give to it after a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit less lemony that I would like, so maybe put a little more lemon in there. But yeah, it's got pepper, tastes great. The chili flakes give it a little bit of spice, but not like too much. And if you want more, just put more chili flakes in there. And yeah, it's a great light meal. And the chives and the parsley add a nice little green pop to it. Don't mind the noodle that just came out of my mouth. It's good, I like it a lot. I'd say, yeah, maybe an 8 out of 10 just because I want a little bit more lemon in there. But otherwise, it's a really good dish.